So what did it taught you? Taught me what? What did your journal taught you? What did my journal taught me? To keep your circle small. Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into this video. So today's main subject is about keeping your friends small, social circle, or having a social web. So you're in the center, you know this group, you know that group, you're good friends with some people in that group, you're good friends with some that people group, you know, that kind of thing. This will be my first pros and cons. Please comment down below so I can do better for the next time. Having a small social circle, you have your friends, like maybe 3 or 4, and then you're the one out of that 5 person in that group, and you know, you always go partying with them, talk deep conversations with them, you party with them every weekend, you hang out with them every weekend, you even sleep over at their house on the weekdays. That's a strong, small social circle, right? A centralized web. You know the football team, you know the soccer team, you know this group, you know that group, you have 3 friends from this group, so everyone knows you, right? So that sounds pretty good in theory. And if you're friends with some people from every group, then in theory, shouldn't you be the most popular person? Being invited to this every weekend, going here every day, right? Hanging out with a lot of people as much as you want? Not exactly. So in freshman year, I knew a lot of people and a lot of people knew me. I did speeches in this group, I did speeches for that group, I did speeches for the baseball team, I did speeches for the football team. Whether they liked me or hated me, they knew me. They knew who I was. But I still hung out though. I just don't hang out often as I thought I would because I know this many people. So in this aspect, the con of having a social web is that it's really hard to maintain those friendships. Whereas a small social group, it's really easy. You can go deep with them. And like I said, if you're going to hang out with them, even if you spend the night at their houses that close, you're going to get deep with them fast. You would rather hang out with the people in the small social group than a person who's in the center. For example, let's make an analogy. If one state has a state party, is it easier to invite the President of the United States or the state governor? So the pro side of having a small social circle is that less is more with the deep conversations, and you can be definitely invited to more social events a lot easier and faster. Boom. So that's the pro side of having a small social circle. Let's talk about the social web now. You're friends with here and there around the whole school, right? And that's how a lot of people know who I am, right? An acquaintance. If you work hard for something and you bring unity, it looks a hell lot prettier than a group of friends doing their own things. And here's why. For example, my YouTube channel. A lot of people knows who I am, therefore they subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I love it. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Or if you want to throw a big party and you have a social web, then you're in luck, because here's why. You know these people, you know a group of these people, you know of a group of these people? You know the football team, you know the baseball team, you know almost everyone. And when you invite them, word of spread, the football team would go, the basketball team would go, and then boom, you have it all. And that's what it means, pretty in unity. And guess what? You have more accessible resources. Because a downside of having a small social circle, if your 4 other friends don't know or don't have, it's kind of hard to ask the other social circle to trade or communicate for it, right? But if you have a centralized web person that knows these 2 groups, you can trade and communicate, right? Hook them up and have a bigger group. That works too. Shout out to my boy Desmond. He's also a centralized social web person. What he did for me is one time I threw a sleepover party at my dad's house, and a friend of mine wanted to play Cards Against Humanity. So the friend who wanted to play Cards Against Humanity doesn't know Desmond, and Desmond knows another friend who plays Cards Against Humanity. People know him. He can easily get that resource of that game all the way to me for my social event, so that friend can enjoy Cards Against Humanity. Boom. Like I said, resources, whether it's on homework, games. The power of having a social web is that you can hit people up a lot easier for their interests. So here are the pros for having a social web. It's easier to consolidate groups of friends at a social event, better name recognition, not only better, but stronger too. A lot faster access to resources. So I did an Instagram poll. I asked, do you like your social circle to be web, centralized? One small circle group. And it kind of makes sense, because if 64%, the majority, would rather have small groups, because it's not easy to lead groups of friends into your own web. To manage a web and to maintain friendship from almost every one of them is very hard. An extreme of one is already bad. Like, say for example, way too extreme on a centralized social web, you don't really understand what true friendship is. You can end up being used oftentimes, being pushed around, and that acquaintance versus friend confuses you, you know? And then you end up spending something that you should be spending on a true friendship. So I give 100% to an acquaintance, but then it's only giving me 20 back. If you come too extreme on that side, you become oblivious, and it's going to really make you live an unhealthy life. If you keep too extreme to the small social group, it keeps you pampered because you don't know this person. It's hard to talk to new people and expand your resources. And it makes you dependent on your other 4 friends. You can kind of lead them, but that's the best you can do. That's why you gotta find the balance. There you have it. Comment down below if you want me to follow up. I made this videos more for thesis purposes. The next video should be more evidence. Yeah, evidence. Evidence, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more deeper stories, specific scenarios about me regarding to this topic, social web versus social circle, please comment down below and we can make this interesting. So this video, thesis, next video, the meat. Let's go.